Hey everyone, welcome back to What If. Today we're diving into a wild idea, literally. What if we set aside half of our planet just for wildlife? Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss our future videos about the strangest what if scenarios on Earth and beyond. Now imagine this. Humans living on only one half of the world, while the other half becomes a vast, untouched paradise for animals, forests, rivers, and oceans. No roads, no cities, no factories. Just pure, wild nature stretching from one horizon to the other. But could such a plan actually work? Would it save the planet or cause a new kind of global chaos? Let's find out. So, what would it look like if we really set aside half the planet for wildlife? Scientists call this bold concept the Half-Earth Project, and it was first suggested by famous biologist E.O. Wilson. His idea was simple. If humans gave nature at least 50% of the planet, ecosystems could finally recover, endangered species could thrive again, and biodiversity, the web of life, could heal itself. Picture this. One entire side of the globe filled with lush jungles, roaring rivers, endless savannas, and massive mountain ranges where animals roam freely. Lions, elephants, wolves, and whales would have room to live without ever crossing paths with humans. Forests would grow back, the air would become cleaner, and oceans might regain their balance. Meanwhile, humanity would need to adapt. We'd live closer together in ultra-efficient green megacities, compact, vertical, and powered entirely by renewable energy. Transportation would rely on clean systems like magnetic trains, drones, and electric airships. Farms would move indoors using hydroponics and lab-grown food to feed billions without using wild land. It sounds like paradise, right? But before we call it the perfect solution, there's a big question. How would we decide which half of Earth belongs to humans and which half to nature? Choosing which half of Earth to give back to nature wouldn't be simple, not at all. Imagine drawing a line across the globe, deciding where people can live and where they can't. Do we divide by continents, by ecosystems, by population? Scientists suggest that instead of splitting it perfectly in half, we could create a network of protected zones, massive, connected regions where wildlife could move freely without human interference. This would include rainforests in the Amazon, Siberian tundra, African savannas, Arctic seas, and coral reefs. But this plan comes with serious challenges. Billions of people live in or near these wild areas. Entire communities might have to move, changing their homes, jobs, and traditions. Cities would become more crowded, and food would have to be produced with incredible efficiency. Still, the potential rewards are stunning. Forests would absorb enormous amounts of carbon dioxide, slowing climate change. Rivers would run clearer, air pollution would drop, and thousands of species on the edge of extinction could recover. The Earth could literally begin to breathe again. But what about the balance between humans and nature? Would we really live peacefully side by side, or would our needs eventually push us to take that land back? If we truly set aside half the planet for wildlife, humanity would have to completely rethink the way it lives. Cities would grow taller instead of wider, powered by clean energy and surrounded by green walls and rooftop farms. Transportation would move mostly underground or through the air, leaving more surface space for ecosystems to thrive. Technology would play a huge role. AI-driven farming, lab-grown food, and circular economies could reduce our need for vast land areas. We'd learn to reuse everything, water, materials, even waste, so that the wild half of Earth could remain untouched. Meanwhile, the wild half would transform into a breathtaking sanctuary. elephants migrating freely through reconnected savannas, whales singing undisturbed in deep blue oceans, and forests stretching endlessly without roads or fences. Scientists could observe natural evolution in real time, witnessing how species recover once humanity steps back. It might also change us spiritually and emotionally. Knowing that half our planet was thriving without us could give people a new sense of humility and respect, a reminder that we share Earth, not own it. So, could we ever make this happen? It would take cooperation on a scale never seen before. Nations, corporations, and individuals all working toward one goal: to let life, all life, breathe again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed exploring this idea, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the next What If? That could change the way you see our world. See you next time.